What is the saddest thing I've ever read in the Bible? 1 Samuel chapter 16 verses 14. Now the Spirit of the Lord had departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from the Lord began to torment him. If you've never read 1 Samuel, here's a little bit of backstory. God actually chose Saul to be the first king, and what happened was Saul began to cater more to the people than to God, and because of that, he was living in disobedience, and eventually the Spirit of God left Saul, and because of his disobedience, it actually destroyed his calling. Why does that make me so sad? Because if we live in disobedience to God, the same thing will happen to us. James 4 chapter 4 says this: flirting with sin puts you at odds with God. We have to understand that there is so much power in our yes to God, but there's also a lot of power whenever we say no to God. Whenever we say no, we're actually opening up the doors to the demonic, because God's calling you to do something, and if you say no, you're stepping back into what your flesh desires, and you're giving the enemy power. Saul lost all of his spiritual authority because he refused to say yes to God. And in that same way, if we never step into what God has for us, we lose our spiritual authority. That your disobedience will kill your calling. You have to say yes to God. There's no way that you will be satisfied with this life if you never step into what God has for you. Don't let the fear of man stop you from stepping into what God has for you. Say yes to God every single day, and then step into the dream that He's put into your heart.